All right, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened with the connection, but we're back on again. We'll get back into it again. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get it back going on again. Sorry, guys. Tony Saragusa, that'd be a good one, man. If you could connect that, if you could connect them with me, that'd be great, man. That'd be awesome. Let me know. You could get them for me. Trying to get Pat back in again. I'm not sure why it's not working. Yeah, let me know about Tony, man. That'd be awesome, bro. That'd be great. Um, yeah, guys. Again, man. Listen. I do these interviews just to get you guys, get you guys some insight on things. I really don't want you guys wrestling. And if you got any beef or any problem, just settle it like men, bro, and just inbox each other, talk to each other. We're just here to talk a little wrestling, man. It's a Saturday night. Top three? Yeah, I believe he's gonna be a top three guy, man. Alvarez is yeah. Let me ask you a question. You think Alvarez is gonna be
I'm
able to
back.
do it next year? What's
How's
up, man?
I don't know what happened. I think Flo cut my lines here or something like that.
I don't know what's going on too. It's still a little staticky. I don't know what's going on.
Looks good on my end though. I'm not sure what's going on.
No, I can see you perfect. It's just a little the voice is a little off, but it's all good, bro. So anyway, if you guys got any questions right now, he says, Pat, I hope you got kidnapped. That's
Yeah,
funny.
you wish.
Yeah.
Oh man, gotta love the fake profiles, man.
Yeah. It's all good though. If you guys got any questions, you can ask them now. If not, we're gonna get right back into it. We're actually, we started a new one, so we'll still be able to go another hour. That'd be good. What do you think about the Rutgers lineup next year? That was one of the questions.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I think we had a bunch of young guys that were exciting this year. I love Billy Danzer. That kid was catching fire at the end of the year. Love what I saw from Alvarez. Uh, I'm excited about him. I'm hoping Suriano comes back. We'll see. He might be opting to try and take another year off for the Olympics. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think the lineup is filled with young studs, and I'm excited about it.
What do you think about Carenti leaving?
Oh, man, that was a tough one. Carenti's a great guy, great wrestler. I have a lot of respect for him. I'm not sure, the exact reasoning. He was put up to heavyweight. I know he's a 197 pounder. Not sure if he just plans to graduate and go somewhere else, but, Ryder might be in the mix, so look out for that.
Got Anthony Ashnold on. Let him know. Let him show him your shirt, man.
Ash, I got you, man.
Yo, he's repping you, bro.
I got
He's
you,
watching.
Ash. I got
Were you
you.
able? Were you able to see our interview and what I had with him?
Yeah, loved it, man. Loved it.
Yeah.
I love the Yanni, the Ash, and the Seabass. Ashnall's an awesome guy, man. It was so cool watching him win that title. So exciting for the program and just New Jersey overall. That was a long time coming, man.
He was actually me and him were talking about Alvarez. He's really, really high on Sammy Alvarez.
Oh yeah, man. That kid can scramble. Woo! That
Yeah,
match with Gross was crazy, and his match with RBY earlier in the year was awesome too. A lot of good
yeah.
scramble.
And he tells me he rolls with him. He says he's very unorthodox, but the kid's a go getter, bro.
Absolutely. Love watching him go, man. I was excited that he got unleashed as a true freshman and he showed he can hang with the best, man.
You think Rutgers next year is going to have a good program next year?
Yeah, man. I think that after the Ashnault Soriano national titles, everyone was on a high after that year. They got to realize, it takes time to reload, and we brought in a great freshman class, and we have more great recruits coming. Paz coming in, just really good recruits where we should be excited. And the program, is young. and we're reloaded, and I think they're going to be able to compete again next year.
And what do you think about the little rivalry now between Rutgers and Princeton?
I think it's awesome for the sport. Nobody can deny what Princeton has been doing. They've been killing it. They're getting the crazy recruits coming in as well. What Dubuque and Ayers are doing over there, it's awesome for New Jersey. Like I said, I love New Jersey Regional Training Center, how those two collaborated with that, and how they're just doing so much for the state.
Yeah, I mean, like I talked to Coach Goodell, and I said to him that, with the loss that they had this year to Princeton, it's good that they got somebody on their tail now that's going to make them motivated.
Oh, yeah.
Not only the coaches for recruiting, but for the kids to step up their game because, this year they wrestled at Rutgers, right? And then it probably goes back every year, right? So.
Yep, and it flipped. And the Ryder match is a big rivalry, too. Rutgers kind of took it to them this year. People expected that to be a lot closer, but Goodell had the guys ready. I'm excited about Princeton and Rutgers and their duels moving forward. Like I said, Princeton has put together a crazy good program.
Nice, man. And so I don't know if you follow much about Cornell Wrestling.
Yep.
They took 3 or 4 New Jersey studs with them last year.
Yeah, they did. Foca, your boy Cardenas, and Luis Fernandez. Those guys, I wish we could have got them to stay in state, but you can't blame them for going up to, Cornell with the education, the program, the coaching. It's awesome. I see my guy Pete Lapari in there. What's up, Pistol Pete?
He definitely,
he's good. Now over at Ryder. Just an awesome guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was talking to Yanni about Cornell's their roster next year. They're going to be stacked.
They're going to be crazy stacked. See, a lot of guys Olympic redshirted this year, so we saw some lineups that looked a little different. With Vito and Yanni back, and they finally got Darmstadt back from injury, and they got Jacob and all these other guys. They're going to be a force, man.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Josh Saunders.
Yeah, they got
Love it.
And Max Dean comes back too.
Yeah, it's they had some serious heat that was redshirting, man. They like half their studs were redshirting this past year, and when they come back, they're going to contend for a team trophy, I think, for sure, without a doubt.
Nice. So with the we could go through this real quick, man. Tell me some of your NCAA picks this year that you thought were shoo-ins, so that you thought would have won nationals.
Well, Spencer Lee, I think that's everyone's shoe, and that kid is incredible. This year it was terrible how it ended with the NCAAs being canceled, but Spencer Lee is just, to watch him do what he does and dominate the sport and be humble about it and just go out there and take care of business. He is as much of a lock in the NCAA tournament as I've ever seen. So definitely Spencer Lee. I was really excited to see Nick Lee and Pletcher go at it again. Freshmen like Sammy Sasso, a lot of these anticipated matches, it's kind of like we got hyped and then it just, once it was canceled, it's like, where do we go now? Because we were just ready for all that.
I reached out to Tom Ryan at Ohio State, and he got back to me, and he said he was definitely in for an interview. It didn't happen. Hopefully it will be. But I had a lot of questions I wanted to ask him. I wanted to talk about Sammy Sasso. I wanted to talk about, because he has high, thoughts about him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he would have done good this year. I think he would have had a great NCAA tournament and could have definitely, been in the finals.
Yeah, it was cool watching him transition, because last year he was right here in the Lehigh Valley for Nazareth, come in as a true freshman like that, and after his redshirt year, he was just killing it. It was cool to watch him transition.
What'd you think about Sebastian Rivera? How was his shot?
Oh, I love Seabass. The way he takes it to people. On his feet, you saw what he did to Spencer Lee. Everyone couldn't believe it. They called the first match a fluke. He came back, did it again. Unfortunately, style clash with Mueller and NCAAs, but I really thought Rivera could come in and win that weight this year, and that weight was stacked. But Rivera was my guy to win it. Seabass all the way.
Someone said Sasso versus, did they mean to say Alvarez? Was that for round 16? Was that? I don't know who Sasso would have had. Do you know who
Oh
he is?
yeah, Sasso had a tough route where he was in the bracket. He was going to have to earn that title. He was going through, had some studs right there waiting for him.
Yeah, I mean, all the seeds came out. Even like Sebastian Rivera, he got the number one seed. He looked like he had a good side of the bracket, you know.
Oh yeah.
Andrew Iris, yeah, I know, yeah, from
Yep.
Colorado.
Alvarez, he's tough, man. It would have been cool to see all of them go at it in that bracket. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait till next year to see a lot of these guys, and then we get some of those Olympic red shirts back to make it even more interesting.
So with the Old Dominion, um, cutting the program, and now all these transfers are going out.
Oh.
Are you able to find out where some of these guys are going, or like in the early stages?
Yeah, last night I dropped a kid, Michael McGee, who was rounded 12 2 years ago. He redshirted last year for ODU, which was a good year to choose given what happened. But he committed last night to Arizona State. They scooped him up. He's a tough kid who's going to compete for a spot and has a chance to All-American. Some of the other ODU guys, Kid Bailey, that is from Illinois. Big wrestling family.
Yeah.
Him and two brothers won states this year in Illinois, and he was committed to ODU. So, man, I want Rutgers to get him.
Yeah, man. I mean, they got about eight, like, a couple good studs, man, on that team that are. Who's the one guy? Maybe you talked about him that he went viral. Pinning, is it Bailey? Probably pinning the guy with just putting the guy.
Yeah, he just held the guy down like this. That was Bailey. He's a
That's
beast.
Bailey.
Yep, that was Bailey. He just held that guy down, but he was committed to ODU, probably their best recruit, and now he's still looking for a new home, man, on the fly. It's terrible what happened to those guys down there.
Who was somebody you were really looking forward to wrestling the NBA tournament this year?
Ooh, there were so many matches that I was looking forward to. I already told you Nick Lee and Luke Fletcher I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to Sebastian Rivera and Gross round two, round three rather. But, the match they had, I wanted to see that again and again. So those guys, the whole bracket at 149, 133, I wanted to see that run back again.
And what about like any of the upper weights?
So as far as the upper weights, I wanted to see Mason Paris go at it again with Stevenson. Stevenson's a beast, but Paris had been wrestling really well. I wanted to see how heavyweight would have turned out. As far as some of the other upper weights, man, there's so much that was going on up there, especially at weights where you had like guys like Pat Brokey from Princeton who lost a couple tough matches, but he showed up well last year at the NCAA tournament. Wanted to see him come in and finish the tournament strong. How about a guy like Matt Kalazic? I know he's not an upper weight, but he had his Olympic red shirt pulled like a month before the big show, and it's just a shame, man. I wanted to see that guy make a run at it too.
We talked to Coach Ayers about that, and they're hoping maybe there may be something they can do for him.
Yeah,
try to get it back, but that's gonna be a tough one.
For sure, man.
Real Woods could have spoiled at 141. Yeah, he's
a beast,
kid, bro.
He's a beast. I like watching Real wrestle, and Sugar Shane Griffith up there was my dark horse for Stanford, Bergen Catholic guy. I wanted to see him go at it with Chenzo and Marinelli and those guys. He was undefeated, and I think he had a shot with those guys.
Yeah, man, we missed out on definitely a good year. I mean, like when I was talking to Yanni was talking, like I said to him, like, in a way, all the guys that took their Olympic red shirt kind of like dodged the bullet.
Yeah, big way. A big bullet, man. Anyone who redshirted this year, it's like they put in all that work, and there's nothing to end the season. They just got taken away because of what's going on. And, that's a blessing for guys who did Olympic redshirt, but unfortunately the Olympics are pushed too, so that's also.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if Yanni wrestled this year and he lost his year, that would have been his shot at 4 times, and now shot now. You can do it for 2 more years.
Absolutely. I think we're all excited for the Olympic redshirt guys to trickle back into the brackets next year. Some of the weights, we're missing some of that flair this year, like no Suriano or Fix down there, and a lot of other guys like Yanni We're Olympic redshirting, so it'll be cool to see them mix back in next year.
Nice, man. And so what's next with Pat Mineo in the wrestling world? What do you want to? I mean, now that there's no wrestling going on, you must be a little bored.
Yeah,
and
it's crazy, man.
and
We're
that's,
trying to make waves where we can, but with no wrestling, it's like everyone's just chatting about commitments and transfers and different things going on within programs. So we try to keep it exciting, but trying to keep it going, man. Trying to keep everyone updated with content and news, even during the off season.
so like, what do you want? What do you eventually want to do? Like, I mean, you have the wrestling room, and you put a lot of content down there, breaking news and everything like that. What do you want to do in 5 years with this? I mean,
Yeah, obviously we want to grow it to as big as possible. We want to, be able to do what we love and get paid to do it, right? We want to create a legitimate company out of this. That's the end game, right? We want to make sure we're doing everything we can where we can do what we love and also get paid for it. So the end game there would just be to, create something, with media where it's reliable information. People are coming to us, and we're covering the sport in the best light possible.
yeah. And I mean, like, is there at a point now that you try to get these breaking news before other major medias, or is it just something that just happens on its own?
Yeah, a lot of the times it's just organic. It happens on its own. Like I said, I've been able and fortunate enough to network with people all around the country through these groups and forums, and we become friends and we share information. And I told you I don't really have to go digging a lot of the time. We'll talk about information, and then we'll try and find someone within the program or someone close to the program that can confirm it or verify it to make sure that the info is legit.
Let me ask you a question. Do you make any money doing
No,
that professional stuff?
not 1 cent. Not 1 cent. I'm just doing it because I love the sport.
A lot of people
Tell you something.
would think that you're lying about that. People
No.
say, yo, this guy's got to be making some type of money. Why is he doing that? People are going to ask those questions.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I want to, contribute to the sport and get people excited, share information, get people talking. That's how we grow our sport, right? Because we need to hype things up and get people chatting and excited about what's going on. Even if there isn't matches going on, people want to know the information. And that's what's cool about everything, Twitter, social media. We can all get together and share information and content. I do it because I love it, and obviously I want to eventually get paid for what I love.
All right, so you do eventually want to go to that route then.
Yeah, and by get paid, I mean I want to be part of a legitimate company and contribute and have that be my career. And
Of course.
I mean, my degree from ESU is in communications, public relations, and media. So it's kind of like what I studied and my background and what I've always loved.
Yeah. I mean, for the amount of time that I see that you put in and getting all your stories and doing all your things, I mean, you do deserve to get paid. I do see where I see both ends of the stick, man. I see why people, get upset with you. I see why people get mad that you break news before they do. I mean, these are people like Pro Wrestling and other companies that, they sit on a computer all day and they try to get this
Yep.
a full-time job, and you're still getting this information. And I think that probably pisses people off.
Yeah, I think that's the number one thing. Like I said, Flo does a great job in a lot of areas. I love guys like Mike Mall. Some other areas, obviously, they could always improve. I mean, that's part of being a business and part of having a brand. There's always something to improve. I just want to be a part of the sport and share information, get people excited. I mean, this is our sport. We want to make it as lively as possible, get as many people talking as possible, and healthy rivalries are good for the sport, whether it's on the mat or off the mat.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the more that we expose wrestling out there, the better. I just think there's probably just people out there that just kind of want to be the first to post some of the breaking news, and you're doing it, and they're not getting it, and I see where it goes. I told you before, I see both ends of it,
Yeah.
Someone asked, are you still battling with Tony Rotunda and any other photographers?
No, no more of that. Yeah, Tony got mad because I think I posted a picture on my Twitter, and he was kind of upset about it. It wasn't actually his picture, but his friend took it, and that was a result of just the rivalry mess with Flo. That's a media guy, you know, big media's, you know, versus non-media. It's a big hot topic right now.
Nice. It says, Pat, I'm giving you some breaking news before it happens. Cardenas wins a national title, then steals their opponent's girlfriend and publishes that.
That sounds legit. I do see Jacob winning a national title. I love what he does and how he wrestles. You know, I want to see those guys succeed at Cornell, and he has what it takes. He's a beast.
I see you, Waleed. I see you talking smack on there. What's the R stand for in the hat? That's,
I see Nick there. Nick, it stands for Rutgers, but I know you know I got those rider ties, man.
Yeah. Right. Listen, I like what Ryder's doing too, man. Listen, let me tell you something now. It's a good problem to have, man. When you got Rutgers, Riders, and Princeton all going after each other, that's a good thing, man.
Absolutely.
And it keeps our Jersey. I try to keep the Jersey guys in Jersey. If it doesn't happen, it don't happen. But I mean, a good problem to have. 100%.
Absolutely. It's a great problem to have. New Jersey wrestling, it's getting exciting. I mean, you go back 10, 20 years, you know, Princeton, Rider, Rutgers, we weren't having these discussions. And now it's like exploding. And we got the New Jersey Regional Training Center. Reese Humphrey's doing a great job. We got coaches coming together, making duels happen. It's exciting for New Jersey in the sport.
Let me ask you a question. What was the biggest news you ever broke and people shitted on you for breaking it and saying that you were false, but it ended up coming up true?
Ooh, that's tough. Well, I got a lot of heat for the Suriano transfer to Rutgers. That's for sure, man. Everyone thought that was just like an April Fool's joke, even though it wasn't April. People gave me a lot of crap for that, for the Suriano news. More recently, I mean, Mark Perry getting up, leaving Hawkeye Wrestling Club, going down to Arizona State. Now he was just announced as the head coach of Sunkissed Kids Regional Training Center, which I posted. There was some behind-the-scenes stuff. I removed the post out of respect to him, and apparently it was fake news. But as you're seeing, it's not. And those girls will be coming down to follow him as well.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. Those arguments online about that.
Yeah, it was just announced. You know, like I said, he's heading up Sunkissed, and he's at Arizona State, and he left Iowa for a reason. Let's put it that way.
And people give you a lot for Valencia news as well.
Yeah, that was actually huge. That's a good point, man. So much has happened lately. I almost forgot about that. You know, people did give me a lot for that Valencia news. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. That was big news. Zahid is an amazing wrestler. He's, you know, one of the best ever in the NCAA, in my opinion. But, you know, that got out there. That got out there what happened. And unfortunately, his career was cut short. And I hope he bounces back on the senior level.
So I bring this this topic up because not because I want to bash Flo. I mean, I have a Flo count. I mean, I watch a lot of Flo videos and stuff like that. And I mean, I got no beef with them at all. I like a lot of stuff they put out there. But again, I watched it. I had certain feelings about it. But what did you think about the whole Dake and Jordan Burroughs little thing with Ben Askren?
Yeah, I mean, Ben Askren, you know, it's crazy. It feels like he was just in the UFC, you know, fighting, and now he's with Flo doing his thing. Obviously, that stuff is good for the sport. It hypes it up. Don't necessarily like the way Dake came at our Jersey boy, JB. Seemed like they set him up a bit, a little staged on that end, just told him to fire off insults at him. But it was cool. It got people talking. Jordan is a humble guy, great competitor, obviously one of the greatest ever to wrestle and suit up for the USA. So that was interesting. But Flo's got to sell stories too. So that was cool that they got that together.
So wait, do you think it was staged on both ends or on one side?
I mean, it sounded like they kind of put Jordan on the spot and just brought Dake on, kind of like, hey, you know, and had them go at it. Obviously, do I think Dake is that kind of guy in real life where he's saying that kind of stuff? No. Part of it just, you know, trash talk and get the people going. But it did seem kind of like, okay, Flo suited it up and staged it to get Jordan riled up, and he handled it well. He was respectful.
I liked it. I thought it was interesting. And then it just started to like progressively just get like
Yeah,
repetitive.
that's what happened. Yeah, it kind of just got repetitive and they're rambling, and then Dake's talking about how he's Benjamin Button, he's getting younger and younger, and
I laughed about that. No, he never said he was Benjamin Button. It's funny when I heard him say like I'm getting younger and younger, and I'm like, I was sitting next to my fiance. I'm like, damn, this guy's like Benjamin Button over here. And then I
so
go to
good.
the wrestling room and you post a picture of it. I was like,
Yeah, I love to Photoshop and mess around with those things and have some fun. So that was cool. Yeah, that was funny. I can't wait to see Dake and Burrows go at it. That's going to be fireworks, man. I got Burrows, though. Everybody knows Jersey. I got Jordan.
so they asked who's your pick at 74 kilograms.
Yep, that's JB. I got JB. I mean, don't sleep on Imar either. Imar gave JB a good match. Dake is going to have to go through some of these guys. I think he'll get there, but to wrestle JB, but Imar is tough, man.
Yeah, I mean Dake's a gamer too, man. I mean that you can't he's up there too, bro. He's the best in the world too, I think. And it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, I love the way Dake wrestles. It's a shame we only have 6 Olympic weight classes because we want to get all our guys out there for a medal.
Yeah. You recently had a video that Christian Piles put on his Twitter about you. What were your thoughts about that?
Man, that was interesting. I actually got tipped off that he was putting that out. I guess he was a little upset. He had been calling me fake news for a couple weeks, and some of the stuff he said ended up being true. And then dropped the Gilman news to Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, and I guess he was pissed about that or something. But next thing I know, there's an 8-minute mixtape about me out there, and I don't agree with it. If that's what he wants to do as a representative of Flow and for the company to kind of break down like that and try to assassinate my character, hey, it's fair game. It just shows that he's obviously sweating about something.
It's kind of all kind of when you had your beef with Willie
Yep.
for a long time. You wanted him to say your name, and that
Yep.
went on for a long time.
A long time, and that was all fun and games too. We squashed that. He did finally say my name, so we squashed that. And what Flo is doing to him now, it's a shame, man. What they're trying to do to him just because he left, and keep that in mind because you may see some more out of Willie and myself in the future, possible collaboration. I'll just hint at that.
Oh man, so
Piles and Flo better be careful.
you're leaving it at that right now? You're gonna break some news like that down right now, and you're gonna leave it like that?
Yeah, let's just say, after what happened with Willie and Flo when he left and what they did to him, Willie lives only about 15 minutes from me. So we'll see what happens once he's able to get back down in the studio and do his thing after Flo's lawsuit is over, because obviously they're suing him, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But once that is over, he's going to be able to work again, and we're probably going to be linking up and doing some podcasts. So Piles might be a little bitter about that, so he might drop some more videos. We'll see.
Wow, man! So you broke that right now on IG Live with us.
Yeah, nobody knew that, but like I said, with Willie, we squashed it. He called me. We talked about that Iowa Perry news. We both talked about the information we knew, which was the same info I dropped. That was deemed fake news, but now we're seeing it's true. Willie knew he was right. I knew I was right, and basically we want to take on Flo head on, and I want to collab with him and see what we can do.
I mean, you both. I call you the Congress, the brain, and he calls himself the brain too. I mean, I think if you guys together, I mean, if you can make it work out, I think it could be something good. And I guess no one thought the day that would happen.
Yeah, man, it was a long time coming. Like I said, we had our fun and games, taking shots back and forth, and eventually we just squashed it. And a lot of the people we know here in the Valley said, "Hey, you guys would be good friends, and you guys have a lot in common." And we squashed it, and I'm excited because he has a lot of intel. Since he left Flo, they're a lot slower with the news. You can tell.
Yeah. So like, So he runs what, Rockfin, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's on Ropkin. He's got Matt Scout, on there. He's got Matt Scout, so he's doing his thing. Just getting through this tough time with everything going on and what Flo's been doing, and they're trying to hurt his name brand, but he'll get through it, and hopefully we'll get some good content out of it in the end.
So you guys plan on maybe doing like somewhat of a podcast, or maybe you just be like a guest for a day or something like that?
Yeah, hey, it might be a guest for a day, or it might be something that you guys see every week, and you'll see a lot more of those Piles videos. If he's still upset about it, we'll see. I don't think he's going to be very happy if I team up with Willie. That's for sure.
Well, you guys heard it here first. There's a possibility of a collab with Willie Saylor, so we'll see how that goes down. So what else I want to talk about? We talked about the dates and stuff like that. Anything that you want to maybe talk about?
No, man, I just want to let you know I love what you're doing here, and it's exciting stuff. Love what you're doing at Cordoba Trained. Helping kids of all ages get ready and get primed for their seasons and for the sport. And it's cool to see because I watched you growing up, and now, we're here together on live. So it's awesome, man. I love what you're doing.
Thank you, man. I mean, I want to take some questions. If anyone has any questions, if you could ask some questions about if any type of breaking news you want to know. I don't know if you'll answer all of them, but maybe he will.
This troll on here just won't stop. He's giving it his all, man. I gotta respect him.
It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. We got a lot of good people asking good questions there.
Love it.
But you and Hussar, you still got beef with Hussar?
No, Hussar, funny. We did have a little beef. Did someone just ask that as an official question? That's great. Hussar, Iowa guy, and we text, we talk. He's a crazy dude, but no, we don't have any beef. And who knows? You never know where I'm getting that Iowa info from, right? Got to be somewhere.
There you go. Did Willie ever hint he was on the Scramble takeover?
No, with the Scramble, like I said, those guys, we butted heads. A lot of those guys, I helped build that group and that brand. They brought me in, and things went south. And before I knew it, I left, and they kind of scrambled, no pun intended, and found Willie. I think they expected him to, contribute a lot in there, but he's doing his own thing. He just joined up because of what was going on at the time. So now Willie wasn't in on it. They brought him in to try and break content because obviously that went down once I left, but no, he wasn't in on it.
You think Rutgers is getting a transfer?
Ooh, that's a great question. I hope Rutgers is getting a transfer. I love that. I don't know of any immediate transfers or people that are coming in. I do know that the recruiting classes coming in are awesome, Rutgers and Princeton and Rider. I don't know of any transfers coming in. Do I think they'll get some? Probably.
Is there any other breaking news that you want to drop here, or just want to leave it for your wrestling room?
There's no news right now. I'll plead the fifth on that. I don't have any breaking news. There'll be more development soon. A lot going down with the RTCs and guys who just finished off their college careers on that unfortunate note that are moving on to the regional training centers. So you're going to see some guys committing there and some surprises. Those RTCs, you got guys that go to Penn State. Not all of them end up at Indy Line Wrestling Club. Some of them branch out. So be on the lookout.
So you're talking about the Pennsylvania Regional Training Center. I hear that McFadden. Is that obviously true? He's going there?
So I heard some rumblings of Hall going to the, Pennsylvania Regional Training Center in Philly. I think he was deciding between Indy Line Wrestling Club and there. I know he loves Coach Slay. Who wouldn't? Coach Slay is an amazing coach and ambassador for the sport. I would not be surprised if we see Mark Hall next to the Pennsylvania Regional Training Center in Philly. So that could be the next piece of breaking news. Who knows? Yeah,
that's good. You also broke news about Montini Catholic head coach Mike Benefeld taking over the program.
Yeah. Benefeld was an assistant there. He was an amazing wrestler too. I'm sure all you know him. After what happened with Izzy Martinez, who was a legendary coach there in the state and in the country, having to resign over those allegations and Benefield ended up taking over. Martinez should probably find a college gig somewhere. He seems like that would suit him better, but Benefield's taken over, and they're a top 10, top 8 perennial powerhouse every year. So I expect them to continue that even without Martinez there.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have any relationship with any college coaches? Any college coaches that maybe reached out to you when maybe you broke any type of news that should have been out, or any college coaches that reach out to you and say, "Yo, I like what you're doing"? I mean, anything?
Yeah, I mean, I have relationships with a lot of different college coaches, not just New Jersey. Like I said, I love Ayers and Dubuque at Princeton, Goodale, Pritzloff, Leo, the guys at Rutgers, the guys at Rider like Nick B and Hanji. Outside of that, I've gotten support from schools where it's like, this is great. Virginia Tech, Coach Frayer and Roby, sending me gear, saying keep up the great work, supporting those programs. It's really neat to connect with those coaches and have them say, it's awesome what you do. We love it. Keep up the hype and the great work. So it's not just Jersey coaches. I'm probably not too popular at Iowa right now, but there's coaches all around that, I've grown to have a relationship with and chat with, and they're awesome guys. It's cool to see.
Now, do you think you had like a more established platform, like a Flow or a Rockfin or something like that, and you broke news, you think people wouldn't bust your balls as much?
Yeah, I think so. I think the Lowies bust balls. You see, even with the Flow guys, they get their balls busted. Heck, I bust their balls all the time. But, I think that would legitimize a lot of it, and people may say, okay, time to take it seriously. But then in the same token, I can't control whether they're hating or following or doing both. Just got to go with the flow. And I do think putting something together, which is the plan, will help legitimize that and help me move forward with a more positive following.
Nice. We should have got Willie to try to get in this into this IG live.
Yeah, let's get him on. Let's get him on next week. I'll talk to him.
We'll get him on. All right. I never thought the day would happen, but
no one did. But like I said, we're living in the valley, so a lot of people kept telling me for 2 years, man, you guys would be great if you teamed up. You guys would be good friends, and we were able to squash that silly beef, which was kind of like a media rivalry, it was funny, say my name, and he's saying no, and he finally said it. But we've moved forward, and he's a lot different than the guy you saw on Flow. Probably like you're saying, I'm a lot different than the guy you saw on Twitter. He's a great guy, and he loves the sport, and he just wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you guys got your beef behind you, man. Listen, at the end of the day, man, some of those forums and all that stuff. When I look at some of the comments, I laugh about how grown men are like, they fight. They're fighting over the dumbest shit, and it's kind of like, dude, we're just talking about wrestling, man. Like, I don't know, people get really passionate, really just talk at each other.
Yeah, people get sensitive about it.
Yeah, they get really insensitive about it, and I know that you're just trying to put out good content, And I go back to where I said, I get it where people get pissed at you about breaking news before them, bro. I mean, it's like having a store and someone standing outside and giving the shit that you're selling inside and giving it for free.
Exactly.
I understand it, but it shouldn't mean that you shouldn't stop what you do, and listen, they do. I think they do great. I think they have good content. There's a lot of good things that they do. There's a lot of good things that a lot of people do, but I think there's room for everybody. Kind of sometimes you feel like it's dying and it needs a way to get back up again. I think these are different ways to get it back up.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Hyping up the sport, getting people chatting, all that.
Yeah. All right. We'll take maybe a couple more questions. We got 4 more minutes, guys. We'll take a couple more questions. Wrestling fan, if you want to ask a question, you can ask it now too, man. I think he asked about Oregon State.
Who is he?
I don't know, man.
Who is he?
Maybe he'll say his name. I don't know.
Say your name.
He says he knows me. I've been friends with him. I don't know
what he's talking about. Me and Dave have been friends for years. I don't know what Dave he's talking about, but
yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he'll inbox me. I got a little. Let me see. Hold on. Right here. Oh, okay. Yeah, he wanted to know about. We'll give him a question. He said, what's going on with the Oregon State staff?
With the Oregon State staff, ooh, that's going to be fun. You saw Pendleton leave Arizona State. A lot happened with Arizona State with Perry and Molinaro coming in. Pendleton up at Oregon State, and I think staff around him. I'll hint at it, but it's not set in stone and it's not official. You may see Imar up at Oregon State, so we'll see what happens in the future.
That's nice, man. I mean, a lot of these studs are finally almost graduating, so they're going to be going to big time places,
Yeah, you may see Jameel Kelly up there too from ASU. So we'll see. I hope the Beavers come back strong, and that's another program in the Pac-12. We hope just continues to stride. I think Pendleton was a great move.
Where do you think Zaleski will end up?
What was that?
Someone asked, where will Zaleski end up?
Oh, I'm not sure, man. He's a legend in his own right. I'm not sure where he ends up. That's a tough call. Obviously, they decided things were getting stale at Oregon State, made a change, got the young blood in. Pendleton, Zaleski, you got to respect him. I'm not sure where he ends up. If he'll be a head coach D1 somewhere, but we'll see.
Yeah, he should go somewhere like, trying to think of somewhere that'd be good. Like maybe Wisconsin. Now Bono's at Wisconsin, right? No.
Yeah, Bono and Reeder. Those are two other guys who are awesome. I chat with them as well. Those guys are awesome. What they're doing at Wisconsin is amazing.
Yeah. Someone asked, what about the Iowa State investigation?
Oh, yes. So, we had gotten some information. Obviously, there was an ongoing investigation, allegedly, with Kevin Dresser and NCAA recruiting violations that was heating up. From last I heard, it is still ongoing. We'll see, if anything comes of that. But there was certainly an investigation. That is a fact.
Nice, man. I don't want to. What about Dayton Fix?
Dayton Fix, another fact. I mean, I don't think anyone could debate it at this point. Dayton obviously failed a drug test, his first sample. I know he was appealing it. His uncle came out and said he did a polygraph and he submitted a second test, but they don't really mess around with that stuff. I don't know what's going on with the appeal. I hope he makes it back. He's a great competitor, but don't be surprised if he does face some kind of suspension after this.
I feel like I'm interviewing for ESPN right now. This guy's got some good stuff, man. Listen, I honestly, I brought you on here because I wanted people to know who you are, bro. I didn't bring anything to start any controversy or something like that. This is what you do. I mean, you break news. I mean, Flo doesn't always break positive news all the time. I know
not at all.
They get a lot of shit sometimes when people get arrested or stuff like that, but I guess it's all part of the game. I mean,
it is. Don't kill the messenger, Don't kill the messenger. It's crazy, man. The news sometimes can be emotional. It's impacting lives and different programs, and I get it, man. They want to protect the programs, and that stuff does get out there, and that's part of the sport and part of wrestling becoming big. It happens in other sports, NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football. We want wrestling to be up there with these sports. So, they got to expect people are going to chat about it.
Nice, man. All right, let me know, man. Let me know what he says. Burkett, let me know. You got some people said you're a good dude. I mean, listen,
Thanks, guys.
I knew he was a good dude, bro. I knew he was a good. Where does the Heat go from here?
Where does what go?
Zahid. Valencia.
Oh, Zahid, sorry. He was breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Zahid moves forward and can, he has all the talent in the world to make an Olympic team in the future, a world team. I don't know where his head's at. That was tough way to end your NCAA career. It was canceled anyway, but still, people won't forget about that. So I hope he can bounce back, move forward. We all know he can compete with those guys at 74 kilograms. I hope he bounces back and, makes it happen up at, 86 or down at 74, wherever that may be. I think he will bounce back. I don't know if he's facing a suspension or what.
Someone was talking about the Teasdale news that you came up with one time.
Which move?
Teasdale, breaking news you had a while back.
Oh yeah, so Gavin, man, he's four-time PA state champ, amazing wrestler and competitor. Another guy that I hope bounces back from the controversy and what happened. I know he was at Iowa living with Spencer Lee's family, and I'm not sure what happened with that. I know he was competing for the Hawkeyes. He was living with the Lees for a while. He's no longer living with them. I hope he can bounce back from any issues he is seeing, but he'll probably want to stick by the Lees because they're a good group of people.
Nice, man. Well, listen, I mean, if there's no more questions, man, listen, Pat, thanks for coming on, man. Like, you were the only non-wrestler or coach that I brought on so far.
Appreciate
And,
it, man.
I like picking people's brains. I like seeing why people do what they do. Especially, I like talking to people who have a lot of passion behind what they do. So that's why I brought you on. And I know a lot of people don't understand you, but I wanted to bring you on to let them understand who you are and how much you care about the sport of wrestling. I'm happy to see that you are getting along with Willie. I know people have their certain feelings about him, but if you guys could bring out some good content, that'd be great.
Absolutely. That's
And,
what it's about.
and I know you got a good group of people that are around you, a good group of crop of guys that help you out with your breaking news and stuff like that. So you don't got to worry about the haters. I mean, it's gonna be there everywhere you go.
Absolutely. There's going to be haters.
I know you're going to be doing good things, and hopefully in the next coming years, everyone shows you respect that you deserve, because I think you do put good content out there as well. And just keep doing your thing, bro. And I know you're in Pennsylvania now, but you still got to cheer for the Jersey guys. I know you.
Of course. Always,
know?
man. Always
And,
I cheer for the Jersey guys. And, I love it, man. I'm not too far from the Jersey border. I'm going to keep doing what I do and, hope to network even further and get involved even further. And it's cool, man. The buzz with the sport is great. It comes with the haters, and we'll keep doing it and see what comes of it.
awesome, man. They said Jeff Lee's a good dude, too. I know you're friends with him.
Yeah, Jeff Jacobs, that's my best friend. That's my guy. And, he loves the sport. He's on the West Coast, and we're just having fun doing the wrestling room and seeing where it goes and, just breaking news and growing the sport and how we can and when we can.
So talk real quick before you hang up, talk a little bit about your wrestling room and talk about like what you got coming on going forward and you can end it with that.
Yeah, so Wrestling Room, everyone check it out on Facebook. You can join up. It's a great forum, great group of people. We just started it, I believe, in December, so only a couple months. We got a couple thousand members and, a lot of good content, a lot of, fun content, photoshops and funny stories, and everyone giving their insight and input. We drop news all over there, so join up. It's a fun place to be, a lot of good conversation, insights, and debate. We're just hoping to grow that and, do what we do.
You got to start doing a little, got to get some gear going.
Yeah, absolutely. Some Wrestling Room gear. Got to get on your level there. Love what you do at Cordoba Trained, man.
Yeah, and maybe some giveaways and some trivia nights and shit like that,
For sure.
And, just grow it that way,
For sure, man. For sure. We'll get on that, and we'll keep doing what we do. I appreciate you bringing me on, and hopefully anyone on here who has any questions, shoot me a message. Always open to chat. Answer any questions you have, and I'm an open book, man.
Yeah, well, take care of you and your wife, your two beautiful daughters you have. You have two twin daughters. Hopefully you maybe get one out of the two that wrestle. Or
yeah, we'll see.
They look like little athletes, man. So maybe you can get them on the mat, So hopefully we'll see that in the near future. And again, so next week, I want you guys to know that we're going to have on all club coaches on next week. Steve Rivera of Elite, Donnie DeFilippis of Yale Street.
Love it.
Head wrestling coach at Empire Wrestling Club. Mike Krause, who is one of the best youth coaches.
Krause is awesome.
And I have a sports psychologist that wants to come on, a strength and conditioning coach next week. And so hopefully you guys like the content that we're putting out there. We're only doing it for you guys. And if you want anyone to come on, if you could get me any other guests on, just inbox me and hopefully I'll get them in. So thanks again, dude. And,
thank you.
Wish you all the best, bro.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Man.
Thanks for having me on. Take care, everybody. Have a